Hello, friends! Do you guys know about dengue hemorrhagic fever? So, dengue hemorrhagic fever, or DHF, is a disease transmitted by mosquito bites called Aedes aegypti. This disease is still one of the public health issues in Indonesia, and its spread rate in Indonesia is among the highest among Southeast Asian countries. Then, what are the symptoms of dengue hemorrhagic fever? Usually, the symptoms of dengue hemorrhagic fever are sudden fever, up to 39 degrees Celsius and continuously for 2 until 7 days, then drop quickly. In the critical phase of DHF, the symptoms are the body temperature decreases and the body feels cold, although the patient may feel like he has recovered. So, if you experience the symptoms mentioned, immediately consult a doctor and get them treated quickly. Don't wait until it gets worse. Then, how is it transmitted? Dengue fever is transmitted to humans through the bites of infected Aedes mosquitoes, primarily Aedes aegypti. When a mosquito carrying the dengue virus bites a person, the virus enters the bloodstream and infects the individual. Subsequently, if another mosquito bites the infected person, it can pick up the virus and transmit it to another person when it bites them. Then, what is the factor of DHF? The primary factor responsible for transmitting dengue hemorrhagic fever or DHF is the Aedes mosquito, specifically Aedes aegypti. Aedes aegypti mosquitoes are active during the day and can breed in small amounts of standing water, making them common in urban and suburban areas where water storage containers are prevalent. One way to handle dengue fever in the community is through vector control. So, what is vector control? Vector control is all action aimed at reducing the vector population as low as possible, so that its presence no longer poses a risk for transmission of vector-borne disease. How to control mosquitoes? Mosquito vector control can be done physically, such as 3M, installation of mosquito net, wear long sleeves, use of electric rackets, and use of animal as mosquito bait or cattle barrier. Biologically, such as using betta fish, and chemically, such as using insecticide and fogging. Do you guys know what insecticides are? Insecticides are all chemicals used to eradicate or prevent insects that can cause disease in humans. In general, vector control applications include two types of insecticide, namely contact or non-residual insecticide and residual insecticide. Contact or non-residual insecticide are insecticides that come into the direct contact with the insect's body when applied. Direct contact applications can take the form of air spray or space spray, such as hot fogging or thermal fogging, and cold fogging or ultra-low volume. Meanwhile, residual insecticide is an insecticide that is applied to the surface of a place with the hope that if an insect lands on that surface, it will be exposed and eventually die. Residual insecticides applications can be in the form of indoor residual spray or IRS and larvicide. Of types of insecticides mentioned above, are there any insecticides are cheap, easy, and practical to use? Yes, there is. Insecticides that are cheap, easy, and practical to use are household insecticides. The type of household insecticide commonly used are mosquito repellents, mosquito coils, liquid vaporizers, paper vaporizers, matte vaporizers, and limited and ready-to-use sprays or aerosols. So, what will happen if we use the wrong insecticides? The first one is difficult breathing, the second one is coughing, and the third one is headache. How to use insecticides correctly? First, use the correct dosage and according to the instruction for use. Second, use is tailored to the target species and its behavior. Third, use according to appropriate equipment and formulation. Fourth, use must be right on target. Dengue hemorrhagic fever remains a significant health issue in Indonesia, despite the availability of clear methods for control. This is primarily due to obstacles in mosquito control within the community. So, what are the obstacles to controlling the HF in Indonesia? First, people are less aware of the importance of protecting the environment and controlling mosquitoes to prevent dengue fever. Second, the HF control program holders face limited facilities and infrastructure to control the dengue vector. Third, an unclean environment allows mosquitoes to breed, thereby increasing the risk of dengue fever. Fourth, ineffective surveillance can result in dengue cases not being detected from the start, making it difficult to take quick action. Fifth, the community is less actively involved in preventing dengue fever, so dengue control efforts are less effective. What the control strategy that implemented by the government to prevent DHF? The first one is strengthening effective vector management, safe and sustainable. Second, increasing access and quality of dengue treatment. Third, strengthening comprehensive dengue surveillance and management responsive outbreak. Fourth, increased continuous community involvement. Fifth, strengthening government commitment, policy program management, and partnership. And the last is development of studies, intervention, innovation, and research as a basis evidence-based policy and program management. Throughout this video, we have learned about various ways to handle DHF through vector control. So, which of this method is the most effective? The answer is Integrated Vector Management, or IVM. IVM incorporates 5 basic methods. The first one is public information and education. The second one is mosquito and vector surveillance. The third one is biological control. The fourth one is physical control. And the last one is microbial and chemical controls. Key elements for the successful implementations of IVM are advocacy, social mobilizations, regulatory control for public health, and empowerment of communities. So, that's a video about DHF that we convey. Thank you and see you!